Revenge films.
My name is Karen, and I'm a housewife. My husband and I don't have any children. We had a son, but he passed away due to an illness at a young age of 5. That was 2 years ago. My son wasn't in perfect health from the day that he was born, so he spent a lot of time in the hospital. My hopes as his mother were that he would overcome his health issues and grow up to be healthy and happy. When I lost him to illness, I was devastated, and it took me a long time to be able to live my life normally again. My husband and I supported each other through the loss of our beloved son. Recently, we both recovered to the point where we could have a few good laughs together. It was almost 3 years since we lost our son. My brother's wife, Erin, called me out of the blue. Erin invited me to a party for my nephew. He was graduating elementary school, and they were celebrating the occasion. I didn't want to go, but I didn't want to be rude by saying no. I wasn't ready to celebrate another child's happy event just yet. On top of that, I didn't like Erin because she wasn't a very nice person. I told her that I would check my schedule and get back to her on it. I spoke to my husband and we both decided that it was best for us to decline. Erin didn't get along with her parents, so she would rely on my parents whenever she needed to. She asked them to give her money frequently and told them that it was for their grandson. I knew that she was only having his party so that my parents and I would have to give their son money as a part of a celebration. I texted Erin to let them know that my husband and I wouldn't be able to make it to her son's party. 3 years had passed since we lost our son, and my husband and I were still grieving the loss that day had caused. We visited our son's graves with my parents, and they returned home. Our doorbell rang, and I went to go see who was at our door. Out at the door! I wonder who it could be. I opened the door and saw Erin and my nephew standing there. Erin, what are you doing here? Did you come to pay respects to our son?
No, that's not it.
Well, it was 3 years ago today that we lost our son.
I'm sorry, but I don't care about your son. He's no longer with us, and I'm over it. I need your help.
How can you say that to us? That's really insensitive of you. You're not welcome here. Please leave.
Why are you upset with me? I didn't do anything wrong. Will you help me unload my car trunk?
What is all this stuff for? Erin ignored me and started carrying party goods into our home. I couldn't believe her. Who did she think she was? I'm having my son's graduation party at your house. There's more room there. Kevin was furious when he heard this. First of all, we had already let Erin know that we couldn't be at the party, and now she was barging into our house like this.
Today is not a good day for us. We just told you that this is the day that we lost our son. It's very insensitive of you to suggest having a party at our place today. Take all of your stuff home. There's no way that we're having a party here.
You have room. What's the problem? You don't have a son anymore, so why can't you be nice enough to celebrate my son with me? My son is 12 years old and in perfect health. Isn't it so great?
I was livid, but didn't know what to say to Erin. She was being outrageous. To my horror, she began to ask my parents for some money.
My son is graduating from elementary school soon. Would you two be so kind enough to give him some money as part of the celebration?
Erin, I want you to leave. You need to stop being so selfish.
I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to your parents. If you two don't give me the money that I asked for, I won't let you see my grandchild anymore. He's your only grandson, so I'm sure that you wouldn't want that.
Erin, today is a sad day for Karen and Kevin. Please leave them alone. You're being very hurtful and selfish.
I'm not a heartless person. I'm helping Karen and Kevin get back on their own feet. They can't be sad forever.
We don't want you here. You need to leave.
Erin finally left my apartment after she saw that no one wanted her to be there. Erin left the party goods at my apartment, so I had to clean up after her, although I really wasn't in the mood. About an hour after Erin left, my brother Mark came to see us. Mark was as bad as Erin. He marched into our apartment and didn't even mention the fact that her son had passed away 3 years ago.
How could you upset Erin and ruin our son's party? What were you all thinking?
I don't understand why Erin tried to have a party at our place. It doesn't make any sense. Erin lied to Mark and told him that we were really cold to her and basically kicked her and her son out of our apartment.
What do you have against my son? Nothing. We just don't think it's appropriate to have a party on the day that our son died. Look, your son's not coming back. Why can't we celebrate my son, who's alive? Your son would still be with us today if he weren't born so weak. You need to get over him. It's been 3 years already.
I then started crying. Mark was being so cruel to us. My father, who had been sitting quietly until then, said,
Did you know that you're actually gonna die soon? Did your doctors tell you that? You believe those doctors? They have no idea what they're talking about. As you can see, I'm perfectly healthy.
Mark tried to act okay about all this, but he was clearly upset because he went home soon after. After Mark left, my parents explained Mark's condition to me. My parents told me that my brother had stage 4 cancer, but Mark didn't want to believe his doctors and he was hiding the fact from Aaron and their son. He even stopped going to the hospital altogether. What's going to happen to Mark then?
His doctors told us that he only had about 2 months to live, but he won't accept it.
We asked Mark to get treated, but he refused to do so. I had no idea Mark was sick.
I don't understand why he doesn't want to get treated.
2 months later, I received a call from my parents telling me that Mark had fainted at work. I had prepared myself for this day, but it still shocked me. Erin had no idea what was going on, so she was a complete mess when she found out what had happened to her husband.
Mark, what's happening? You're scaring me. Please, open your eyes. Why is this happening to my husband? Is there something wrong with him?
Has your husband not told you that he has stage 4 cancer? He only has a few months left to live.
Cancer? This is the first time I'm hearing about this. My husband hadn't said anything to me. Is he dying?
Yes. Unfortunately, there are no treatments left for him.
This can't be happening. I can't lose my husband. I need him. How am I supposed to take care of myself and our son if he leaves us? I'm a housewife with no skills. No one would want to hire me. I can't raise my son all by myself.
Erin, please, keep your voice down. We're at a hospital, and Mark needs to rest.
I need him to wake up. Mark, open your eyes. I need you to continue working hard for our family. Please don't leave us.
Instead of being sad like she should have been, Erin was angry at Mark for leaving her helpless. In the end, the nurses had to escort her out of the hospital because of the commotion she caused. A few hours later, Mark passed away. Mark was confident about his health, so he hadn't enrolled in life insurance. The only thing Mark left Erin and their son was a mortgage and loan on their car. Erin was now a single mother, and she needed to get a job quickly to start paying for her living expenses. But she had never worked before and she didn't have a degree, so finding a job would be very difficult for her. She had to use up her savings to pay for her living expenses and was forced to live very frugally. Because she didn't get along with her parents, Erin came to me and my parents for financial support, but we didn't want to help her after the way that she treated us in the past. I, for one, couldn't forgive her for the way she acted on that day when we were reminiscing about our son. Erin came crying to us for help and apologized to us profusely, but we weren't able to put it behind us. She was so persistent that I ended up blocking her number. Erin worked day and night to make enough money to support herself and her son. A year after Mark passed away, Erin looked completely different. She was much older looking and exhausted. I felt a little bad, but she should have known not to be selfish and rude to others. Had she been nicer, we may have offered to help her out. I saw Erin in town several times, but I didn't feel like reaching out to her. She had to deal with this on her own. As for Kevin and I, we had another son together, and we were over the moon. The three of us are living a happy life.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.